What's up guys, you've got the Oracle there and we are back on mtgo for a new host of the Gatewatch 8 for draft. More and more people are subscribing to my channel, which is really nice. Also, I think I'll try to do standard again just after the rotation, so you might see some videos about that maybe in something like 1 or 2 months. Currently I'm mostly doing draft, but if you have anything you want to say that I could do that would be interesting to you, like sealed or anything, let me know. It's really good advice for me. And yup, like sealed leagues are now available. If you would be interested by that, feel free to leave a comment. And for this pack, well, it's not great. There are a few white allies that are unexciting. I think I'm just gonna take Rolling Waters, which is not an extremely powerful or exciting first pick, but I think it's still the best card out of the pack I've opened, which was rather weak. Here it's a pretty clear-cut Nissa's Judgment, which is the best encore of the set, and just the best card of the pack. I mean, Embodiment of Fury and Pass Warden are nice, and I'm not too happy about picking a Judgment and passing those two. But yeah, I mean, it is Judgment, and if I go out of blue or if I stay in blue-green, it's in both cases it's gonna be fine. I could also splash that. Yeah. Anyway, I mean the first pick, I think arguments could have been made for several things, but here I don't see how you could not take Nissa's Judgment. And again, I mean, I don't mind playing a deck with 3 or 4 Nissa's Judgment if people pass me those, it's not a problem. That being said, the more Nissa's Judgments I'm playing, the more I'm tempted to go beat down. We can see a Salvo there, which is the next best card, and might mean that red is open. I don't really know. I guess we'll see, but definitely happy about those 2 Judgments. And given those, I might very well jump out of blue and try to build something more like a beatdown deck. I think the pick here is between Embodiment of Fury and Scion Summoner. Embodiment is a bit stronger, but Scion Summoner lets me stay in green, which I'm sure I want to be playing. That being said, I think Embodiment might be just better enough that I'm gonna pick it over Summoner. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The issue is that since I passed a decent amount of pretty good green and red cards, I might not get a lot of things pack 2, but yeah, there's just not much I can do. We did not get match here because I'm really not appealed by either Aggressor or Gorger, Warden of Geometries, Lead by the Example. Lead seems almost, I mean, lead is already not great, but when you have 2 Judgment, it just seems quite awful. I could take the Storm Chaser Mage on the off chance that I end up blue-red splashing for those Judgment. That doesn't seem extremely likely. Might just take Avenger on the off chance that red is not really open in the end, and that I won't end up blue-green. Overall, that pack is really not appealing. I could take the Warden. I don't know. There's really nothing that that was appealing there. I guess I'll take Void Grafter and maybe I'll end up blue-green. Honestly, Brute Strength and Vines are 2 pretty mediocre tricks. I could take Vestige, but I have no need for Colorless now. Yeah, I think I'll take the Void Grafter. Alright, so red does not seem that open. Probably that the 2 or 3 people that are passing to me are not red, but then it's quite probable that a decent amount of at least 2 other people are trying to play red, I would assume, but they are not close to me on this sense of the draft. Anyway, Crumbling Vestige could be interesting. I could also take Cultivated Drone. I might just take Cultivated Drone. Yeah, why not? Alright. I've seen a lot of translators That being said, I mean, it's a good card, but I don't think it's enough to really want to make me go black and say that black is open. I'm not so sure about that. Pathfinder is not too bad. Overall, that pack is rather weak. There's not much left. I think I'll take the Pathfinder on the off chance that I end up wanting a 6-drop. That thing is definitely better than something like Canopy Gorger. That being said, it is still rather unexciting. Alright, so we wield a decent amount of blue card, which I can appreciate. Warden of Geometries is most of the time not my favorite, but when you have Rolling Waters, some Judgment, and Pathfinder, I think it kind of gets a bit more value. That being said, I think the Jor Isle Avenger is just better. Alright, well that's not a late sweep away. The card is rather mediocre. That being said, it's fine to get that here. Not sure why Needle Spire is still there. I mean, even if you are not straight up red-white, dual lands are, I mean, in any colors where you have manland, they are quite good, and you can often play them and maybe splash them off some Crumbling Vestige or, you know, those kind of lands. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take an expense there on the off chance that I want to splash a white spell, which could happen. I mean, there is the Reflector Mage that could be interesting to splash. I'm gonna take a Foil Plains there. The Reflector Mage could be good to splash. Roll Spout could also be interesting. Cards like Sheer Drop could be interesting. So, I mean, this could happen. And here, I took a negate over a what's the name of that thing? The Canopy Gorger, the 6/5 green dude, just because you know, I already have a 6-drop creature that's better. I don't think I'll end up playing too many of those, and yeah, the Gorger is very unlikely to end up in the main deck, as negate is a good sideboard option. I definitely want to get some 2-drops at some point, but I think the pick for me here is Vile Redeemer. Kind of, at this point I kind of moved out of red, so I don't think Reality Mortgage is an option. Also, it's just weaker than Vile Redeemer in general. Unknown Shore could be useful, Netcaster Spider would be fine, but the Redeemer is just better. And yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, the best card of the pack is clearly Soothsayer. I think Redeemer is close, but if this was first pick pack one, I think I would still take Soothsayer pretty much. Yeah, I think Soothsayer is just better than a Redeemer. That being said, since we are green, Redeemer is a sweet thing to get. We got past a Seagate Wreckage, which I currently have 2 ways to enable. There's also an Auxiliary, which actually could be another thing interesting to splash for. That being said, at this point I don't really need 3-drop that much. I don't know. There's also a Sphinx and a Warden, which are, you know, we already have 1 copy of each, and neither are really exciting to pick here. I'm not too thrilled about splashing an Auxiliary, I don't think so. Might just take Wreckage. I think that card is quite good, actually. I don't really know. Overall, this pack is pretty unexciting. I think I'll take the Wreckage. Alright, I think I'm gonna take Hedron Crawler. I need 2-drops, and I think, yeah, I mean, it's the only 2-drop that I could play. I mean, Grasp is amazing, but, you know, I'm not playing black, obviously. Yeah, I think Crawler is the card I need the more there. Yeah, alright. Well, Salt Harvester is nice. Very sweet 4-drop. Cannot complain about that. Could use another drone, but I think the Salt Harvester is just better. And job. The next best card is likely to be the Cleric, then the Freerunner. I've been more and more impressed with Freerunners. But yeah, it's gonna be a Salt Harvester for me. And, well, Stalking Drone looks good as a decent 2-drop. And I have actually, currently 4 ways to enable it. I mean, its ability, so yeah, that's decent. That's some pretty late Clerics and Freerunners, though. Alright. Cultivated Drone or Settlement? I mean, I think Cultivated Drone is just better most of the time. That being said, I'm not playing that many colorless spells, and Cultivator Drone cannot enable Rolling Waters. I'm not sure that I want a force colorless creature producer in my deck. I just want the land. I don't really know. Don't really have color requirements. That being said, if I take Settlement and I actually want to splash a white card, it's gonna be also easier. But currently there's nothing I want to splash really for. Yeah, ugh, I'll take the Cultivated Drone. And we got past a very late Blinding Drone there, which is incredibly nice, as it's probably one of the best 2-drop I could get for my deck. And alright, well, now I kind of regret that I took the second drone, because I don't think I'll ever play 3. Maybe I won't. Yeah, I mean, Negator is pretty unexciting, but it fits the curve decently, and I don't think I want a third Cultivated Drone. I might actually want to play Comparative Analysis. I mean, I could be able to cast that fairly easily, and quite, I mean, sometimes on turn 4 too. That being said, it still remains a bit unexciting. I think I might choose the card advantage given the mana producer I am playing. I don't think I need a crab. I just have much better 3-drop, as Void Shatter could be an interesting option against deck that try to, you know, play big things. Alright, I think I'll take Timber Gorge on the off chance that I want to splash for red. Membrane is actually not bad. Alright. And despite playing blue-green, which is not known for its removal, given the Blinding Drone, the Containment Membrane, and the 2 Judgment and Rolling Waters, I actually do have decent ways to deal with things on the board, which is quite important in this kind of deck, I do think. Coastal Discovery is probably the best card I could have gotten at this point. I mean, not counting rares or mythic, obviously, because it provides me with a way to kill my opponent with card advantage. That card is also great with mana producer. I mean, you cannot use Cultivator Drone, but I still have Crawler and Warden. I think that, yeah, that's probably the best card I could have gotten, except for rares maybe. Because even a Sky Spawner, which is amazing, would be a bit less interesting given the amount of 3-drop I'm playing, and the fact that I mostly need card advantage and ways to kill my opponent. And if I could will either a natural aggression or anticipate, that'd be great. But Coastal is a very sweet gift. And we got Coastal and Sky Spawner, I guess. I mean, there's the Clutch of the Current, which is also interesting. I think that Sky Spawner is just better. I mean, that thing is... It was already amazing in Battle for Zendikar, and I think it's even better now. My deck might want to play a Rune Processor. I'm not really removing things from the game except with the Salt Harvester. But, you know, I could use a big thing like that, I think. That being said, I think Sky Spawner is just better. Clutch is interesting, but I think I like the Sky Spawner more. I think my deck actually wants Titan Calls, as it is a 2-drop that I can interact with things my opponent is playing. Also, most of my ways to kill, I mean, not most, but some, I mean, I have mostly flyers, not mostly, but I have the creatures I think I want to beat down with are mostly flyers or things like Pathfinder, so, you know, I don't really care about leaving them with blocker. It's one more removal which I can really use. I mean, Broodar Interworm would be fine, Eyeless Watcher 2 probably, but I think Coil is just better. Scatter to the Wind or Anticipate. I think Scatter to the Wind is actually, I mean, I don't like counterspells too much, but this one is actually quite decent. That being said, it's double blue, which I don't appreciate too much. I might just take Anticipate, which is gonna smooth out my draws and make things easier. If it was 1 blue, I guess if it was 1 blue, it would be a bit too strong, maybe. I don't know. The card can be good. It's also very easy to play around, but it's a rare, so people... I mean, that being said, a lot of people saw it. At least, I think 4 other people saw it in this draft. Yeah, 3 other people. Will they play around it? I don't really know. I think I'd rather take Anticipate, which is a very solid card that makes everything goes better for you, most of the time at least. I don't really care about anything there. Those 2 blue creatures are not appealing. I think I'm just gonna cut the best card of the pack, which is either Dominator Drone or Stone Fury. Given the deck I'm playing, I think I fear Dominator Drone a bit more. Yeah. Oh, Roll Spout. Do I want to splash that? I currently have only the Tranquil Expanse as a white fixer. That might be a bit light. Yeah. Might just take Coral and Guide, which is decent. Or maybe Eldrazi Devastator is actually good in this deck. Given the 2 drones, the Crow... Yeah, maybe actually, I think I want that. I do not always play Devastator, but in this deck it might be good. That being said, I think Rune Processor is just better. I mean, 7 is easier to get. The ability can be relevant, and you know, they can chump block it, but the body is almost the same. And Reclaimer is a card that I do like a lot, but that doesn't work very well in this current deck. So yeah, I'm gonna take Rune Processor and cut the Devastator. Another Reclaimer. I mean, curving Thought Harvester into Reclaimer is kinda cute. But yeah, if Nissa's Judgment effect would remove the creatures you kill from the game, that'd be amazing. That being said, is there anything I'm interested in there? I don't really want my opponent to take my big creatures and Nissa's Judgment out of my hand, I think. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna play either of those blue cards, so yep. That's gonna be my choice. Anticipate is not bad. Well, Mantis... Mantis is gonna be a good sideboard option, if nothing else. Don't think I'm too threatened by flyers, though. I could use a Brood Hunter Worm, maybe. I think I'm cutting Sweep Away. That card does not do a whole lot. I don't really need it. I have a bunch of better 3-drops. I do like most of my 2-drops. Maybe I can cut off and Anticipate. Coastal is more of a 6-drop. My curve is fine though. I mean, I have some costy spells, but I also have some mana producer. I have a bunch of 2, a bunch of 3, and a bunch of 4-drop, which is sweet. Don't really want to go under 15 creature, especially with 2 judgments, so I think I'm gonna trim an Anticipate. And most likely add... I don't have much green. That being said, I still want a decent amount of green to, you know, be able to play my green. So probably 9/7, yeah, that seems about right. Alright, so that's gonna be the deck. I think it's quite good. It looks interesting. The fact that my curve is good, that I have good removal and good late game and card advantage is really sweet. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I don't want to analyze this actually. Because I mean, the last time I put that in my deck, I didn't have either Coastal or this Anticipate, which kinda make up for, I mean, on the removal thing. Maybe I just want Sweep Away. Yeah. Or maybe a Mantis. Good old Mantis. I do like having a bit more creatures for my Nissa's Judgment. Yeah, Mantis seems fine. Alright, so that's gonna be a main deck. I hope you enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. It's really appreciated. And I see you guys in a few seconds for round 1.